Natural tips and treatments for cellulite. Cellulite is especially present in women, changing their skin texture and appearance. As a result, these changes can cause women to become self-conscious. Furthermore, once a woman starts experiencing the effects of cellulite, it is very difficult to get rid of. Today, we'll take a look at a few natural tips and treatments for cellulite. There are a few natural therapies that can be effective in preventing and treating cellulite, as long as they are carefully and consistently implemented. Let's take a deeper look and what causes cellulite. Cellulite appears when the subcutaneous tissue, found directly below the skin, fills up with water, fat and different toxins. These elements build up for different reasons, which could either be genetic or hormonal, or linked to a lack of exercise, poor diet, stress-related issues or poor circulation, among others. Types of cellulite. Generalized cellulite. This type of cellulite can appear at any age. It is usually present in people who are overweight or have very bad eating habits. Localized cellulite. This kind of cellulite appears in young people between approximately 16 and 20 years old. It tends to be concentrated in the legs, buttocks, arms, shoulders and back. This type of cellulite also tends to be painful. Hard cellulite. This particular kind of cellulite usually appears in athletes and dancers whose muscle tissue is very firm and toned. Additionally, it usually comes with stretch marks. You can see this kind of cellulite by pressing down on the skin. It is the result of poor eating habits and limited oxygen. Flaccid cellulite. This type of cellulite is very common in sedentary people who don't do any type of physical activity, or in people who tend to gain and lose weight very frequently. You can see this type of cellulite without touching the skin. When the person moves, the cellulite also visibly moves. Edematous cellulite. People of any age can be affected by this form of cellulite, although it tends to be more common in adolescents. Older women can also experience it as their legs become fatter. At a glance, it makes your skin look like an orange peel. What should you avoid to prevent cellulite? Chocolate, cigarettes, any type of flour, instant coffee, alcoholic beverages, recommended foods, fruits, pineapples, watermelons, oranges and pears. Eat them daily. Vegetables and leafy greens. Low-fat yogurt. Lots of water and low salt. Foods rich in omega-3. Treating cellulite with herbs. There are many medicinal plants that can be very effective when it comes to avoiding cellulite. These herbs have properties that help get rid of the cellulite that has already developed in your body. Ivy leaves. The scientific name of this plant is Heterohelix, and it can be used to drain your lymphatic and vascular systems. One component in this herb is a chemical called heterogenin, which improves circulation in your blood vessels. The process for using the plant as a natural treatment is quite simple. First, mix 1 tablespoon of dried ivy leaves with 1 cup of olive oil. Let this mixture macerate for at least 12 hours, at which point you can apply it to any part of your body that has cellulite. Meadowsweet. This plant has anti-inflammatory properties. Plus, it has flavonoids, which makes it a very useful treatment for this condition. Centella asiatica. Given its anti-inflammatory properties, we also recommend using Centella to treat cellulitis. Dandelion. This plant acts as a strong diuretic. Also, it has elements such as inulin and potassium, which are very effective in terms of avoiding water retention and thus aiding in cleansing your system of toxins. This plant is used to prepare a tea. Mix 100 grams of dandelion leaves with a liter of water and boil the mixture for 10 to 15 minutes. Once it has cooled down, you can drink 2 to 3 cups per day. Nettle. Nettle is rich in magnesium, a mineral that is great for draining your lymphatic system. In order to reap the benefits of this plant, you should prepare a tea. Let it steep and drink just 1 cup per day. Horsetail. This plant is a wonderful diuretic, meaning it will help you avoid water retention. In order to make a tea with this plant, follow the same steps we listed before. Mix 1 tablespoon of horsetail leaves with 1 cup of boiling water and let it steep before drinking. Remember, try to avoid wearing very high heels during extended periods of time, as well as tight clothing and, above all, laying out in the sun for a long time. In order to prevent cellulitis, you need to be properly hydrated and do physical activity on a regular basis. Even just walking for half an hour per day is enough to keep your blood circulating and thus avoid bothersome, anti-aesthetic conditions such as cellulite.